I like how we have a show before the show. All right. And congratulations. We are back live from the Living Room Podcast. I am Jay Rich, and I got my girl Delicia with me.
Inez and Delicia.
Gotta do it. It's part of the routine at this point. So we got a nice little show today. We got everything pop culture, couple family stories, and everything in between. Let's go on this ride. So I want to start off saying rest in peace, Young Dolph. Just finding out about that now. What are your thoughts?
Dolph's my dog, man. That's all I gotta say.
Agreed. I'm from Tennessee, so I mean it hits me in that way.
I'm just tired of the story. I'm just tired of the storyline.
That his story in particular, or just the story?
The story.
Understood. Same. Likewise. I mean, as long as we got people, we're gonna have violence, but and I don't want to sound dismissive either, but rest in peace, Dolph. How many kids did he leave behind? 2?
I don't know.
He has 2 with his wife, I believe, right?
I know that, but I don't know if that's it.
Okay, that's why I'm trying to be respectful. But yeah, protect yourself as best you can. Enjoy your life, enjoy your moments while you got them. We don't know when we punch clocks, but we all got our time. Be respectful of others, respect yours, respect theirs. That's all I got on that one.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I didn't want to start the show like that. Well, I guess keeping with drama.
Let's talk about some music.
So Danny Lay and the baby kind of got into it over the baby. Don't delete me.
That's your favorite thing to say.
Yeah.
Your ass might get deleted.
Right. My numbers haven't gone down.
What'll happen if I press that?
Which one? The big red button?
Yeah.
It's just recording the audio now.
How you know I didn't want to press it?
Every time I used to tell you to press the button, you like, I don't want to press the button. You
I don't want to
tricking
break
me.
nothing. I don't want to break.
No,
nothing
you like
thing.
you tricking me. I don't trust it. I said
That's when it used to be.
it.
I can't think of the sound bite, like the noise. Like I can't remember what it was.
Oh, the all your drops right here.
Sorry, that was disgusting.
Why you cough like a 5-year-old
On the mic.
Right, and then looked into the mic too.
So yeah, they got into it over the baby.
They gotta edit that point out. You sanitize your mics, bruh.
Right.
And she cute, but ain't no way that motherfucker cute,
Thanks
bruh.
to me. Thanks.
Anyway,
to me.
and you like that's how girls be peeing on trees. Like, that's mine. It's my mic.
Anyway.
All right. So, what's your thoughts on Danny Lay and the baby?
Oh, child. I try not to be disrespectful, but I don't feel sorry for her at all.
Speak your piece.
Not even a little bit.
Speak your piece. Is it why? Why though? Because I've talked to multiple women and I've gotten that seems to be the prevailing sentiment when I talk of women of color. Well,
like I feel bad because she's a woman and she has just as a human,
right? Like
her having to deal with all of this stuff that's happening to her. Yes, I feel bad for that.
Mm-hmm.
But the circumstances, if I'm not surprised, what the fuck are you?
Yeah, and there's a whole thing with messy in, messy out, right?
Yeah.
If you started in mess, it's gonna what you think is gonna be clean up for you.
That's my whole thing.
Everybody thinks they are until you find out they're not, and that's where I sympathize and empathize from a human being standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
But now you got a child into it, and the child doesn't go anywhere. Now, I mean, if there's anything to be said, I'll say this: well, at least it's not a poor situation.
I guess that's a silver lining.
If there is one, I mean, I'm pro positivity, so I try to find a silver lining there. Now, let's get into the toxic. When you say you don't feel sorry for her, let's break that down a little bit further.
Part of like what you just said, messy in, messy out. Like you started with the mess,
mm-hmm.
like you was part of the mess. It was all cute, kiki, ha ha ha.
When he was with his baby's mother,
yeah.
One of his other baby mamas. And okay, so speak to this as a woman, dealing with a man with a kid. And not only a man with a kid, but men with multiple baby moms. What, if anything, do you think is going to be different for you, or do you think should you be expecting the same treatment, or look at those as isolated incidents?
I wouldn't expect it, but I wouldn't be
Situations.
surprised.
I'm sorry.
I wouldn't expect it, but I wouldn't be surprised.
So basically, you hope for the best, and then just say if things go awry, you say, "Damn it, I knew it before I like that."
It was a possibility.
Yeah. Okay.
Because what makes me different? My issue with her is like,
Do you think she thought she was different because she was in the industry, and then the other girls are not in the industry, and then also the colorism aspect of it that she
goodness,
because we need to unpack that as well.
We sure the hell do.
Right. So I think that's where a lot of women are not.
And I have nothing against her. Like, I don't know her, but
I don't
sure
either.
she's
I don't
a
either.
Sweet lady, but yeah, she just thought she was different because she was that like, I'm here right now.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's not worried about y'all. I'm here right now, so that's why I'm different. Like, who's here now? Look
Mm-hmm.
where y'all at. Like, you're a baby mama. Blah 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 blah.
Now let's get into the colorism. Do you remember the song that she made?
The light, Yellowbone.
Yeah.
I've never heard it, but I just know it was a whole thing.
Right.
I've
Okay,
never
so
heard it.
basically, you saying Yellowbone, then obviously all his other baby mothers are dark skinned.
But my issue is you're not a Yellowbone. You're not even black.
So that's a whole nother conversation within itself. And we have to talk about
Like,
different
I have
cultures.
a problem with that in itself. And she
Yeah.
was calling him the N-word and stuff. Like, you too comfortable.
That's another conversation within itself, and that makes me want to come back to the thing I was saying about Ye on the interview that I think a lot of people overlooked when he was saying it. Did you catch that?
What did he? No. You gotta tell me.
Okay, so when Ye was talking about the situation with the tension between Drake and himself, he was saying that Drake didn't say he smashed Kim, but he let it linger as if he was a possibility or he would or could.
Okay.
And then he said the line, "Hidden heels give your wife the chills." Who else would he be talking about except him, right? And then he repeated something. Kanye repeated something that Kim said. He's like, "I don't even listen to him no more. That nigga corny. Like, what the fuck? He letting everybody think that he fucked, and everybody just start laughing because rich nigga talking like rich nigga laughing." I'm trying to keep my job.
Right.
It was that, and the only thing. This is how my mind works because I'm black, y'all. And so. The only thing I could think about was I was like, you let her say that? Like, how is she that comfortable? And that's where
was
my
him
mind goes.
paraphrasing, or do we feel like she really said that?
I feel like she really says that.
And I thought about that earlier.
And that's what I thought, and that's why I've had issues dating outside of my race when it comes to white women, right? On a personal level, I've tried twice, but every time I tried to date a white woman, they start speaking too familiar in that sense, like I gave them the pass for that, or like a person that will tiptoe past a boundary they know they could never do by themselves, but they think because they got a person with them, they hop over that line.
Yep.
I'm not that guy.
I said that earlier to myself.
Which was?
At some point, we have to fault the men as well because
Absolutely.
You're giving them the pass.
Mm-hmm. Well, and this is another thing that I've noticed with that too. Like I used to go out to University of Georgia or Athens, right? Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of those athletes are taking down these white girls in college and letting them be cool, and I think the gateway of like testing the boundaries is like, oh, I can't say this, but I can say it with Jamal here. Is and Greg and all of them and Daquan.
I was about to say that.
Right.
I'm sorry. What is that?
It is what it is. It starts with music, and then you said more in conversation, and then you kind of like bite your lip, like I get away with it. And I think because the guys like, oh, they stupid, they silly, they don't look at us no way, or like or they think they finessing them. Or another thing too, men will not check women because they're trying to have sex with them or trying to continue to have sex with them. Yeah. And they don't want to check them because they don't want to mess up the thing that they're trying to get, what they came for. Yeah. And that's where we got to start checking other men at. Yeah. Now, I can't speak to that from a woman's perspective as far as dealing with men, but from what I've seen and what I've heard about interracial couples, white men don't get that pass from black women.
For the most part, I could say I agree.
For the most part, from what I've seen.
I agree. Yeah.
From what I've seen, but I feel like black men don't. I don't know. I think we just don't have enough nuts to like hold our shit, like to check them.
We could go so deep into this, but it's not directly correlated. But like for a black man, if you're with a white woman, I'm giving you the pass because, yes, I want to have sex with you, make advancements, or whatever the case may be. What I dislike as well is that a black man, you could sit there and bash me, whether I be your baby moms, your ex, or just a random ass black woman. You're giving her a pass to talk about me. Even though she wants to be just like me, you're giving her a pass to talk about me. But see, I feel like they don't stop that enough.
Right, and I agree.
I don't want you to pillow talk with Becky, no disrespect. I don't want you to pillow talk with Becky and talk about me.
That name is a real person because of a thing, though. Becky with a good hair is a thing in the ethos because of a real situation. But going back to what you said, that's where I have problems with men at, and I've lost friends or I've shaken up the vibe. I've messed up the vibe in rooms. I'm like, yo, y'all not gonna say something? I'm gonna have to be that guy.
Somebody has to.
I have these pictures up. I have this on for a reason. Like, it's not just for show. Like,
somebody
I love
has
us.
to be that guy, and if you have to always be that guy, always be that guy.
Yeah, I don't feel away. Yeah, and then I've been that. Cause I'm eccentric enough to like not care. I mean, I got a Malcolm X book on my table right now. Like, what do you think I'm gonna say if you sitting there talking to like, if you talking to like these situations? It's never gonna be cool with me. And then the times I've tried to date out a racist and I tried to talk to the women, it wasn't even an argument. It was just more like, you think you're projecting ratchet black women to me because you think it's cool, or you think that's what I want. It's either you think it's cool, or number two, you think that's what I want, and that's letting me know what you think of me. I don't speak to black women that talk like that on a regular basis.
You better say it.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you know me, so it's like I don't. That's not how I move.
Right.
So for me, I can't. That's where I've had my problems with interracial relationships. Now we're talking about, is it really that much different because she's Dominican?
No.
Okay. Because I've spoken with multiple people about, the Latino community. They're dark skinned. They're black people with accents. And you have people to say that. Then you have people that come from places like New York, where it's very diverse and it's a melting pot of everything. No. That's what I'm saying. That's where it kind of gets in that line where it's like
making this little blurred line. Yeah, I get it. That is a thing, though.
What's that? Well, that blurred line where they can hop over boundaries.
And hop and skip and choose which side you want to be on. That's what I don't agree with.
Depending on the week type thing, right? Yeah.
Or the circumstance, the situation, who's in front of you.
Yeah.
Who can lock up first? Like, no. Pick a side, stay there.
Yeah.
On the side that you belong. The side that you were born in. Like, because like I said, I can't take this off. So I don't.
Yeah, you can't have black coolness and then and maintain your privilege of the other thing. Or the perceived privilege.
Yeah, you can't pick and choose. Bitch, I can't pick and choose. So, the fuck? I could be in my best behavior and I still can't fucking pick and choose. You said that last week. You can't hide in plain sight. Like, you can't do that.
Right.
Shit bothers me. I'm annoyed. But anyway.
No, I mean, I think a lot of people got annoyed. I mean, because I don't really make it a point to talk about celebrity in their situations. But, but when celebrities have human moments, that's what this was, just a human moment. Because this was the only thing that makes this different from any other person that we know or a person we could see on the street is the fact that we know their names from an entertainment standpoint.
How do you feel about him in this situation?
So I have multiple angles on this. Obviously, I don't have kids. I don't have multiple baby mama situations, and I don't see myself throwing a woman out, even in the midst of our beef, with a 3-month-old baby. Leave the baby. You go
because of the baby. You wouldn't do that because of the baby's existence.
Yes. Okay. Well, let me. I've never put a woman out my house late at night, not because I have
or spur of the moment, just out of nowhere.
I've told somebody they could leave, but I've never had a crazy situation where I said leave and a person didn't leave, and
I didn't understand that part.
Well, that's where it kind of gets sticky as a man, and this is where I have multiple angles from, right? So, as a man, I know what I look like to a police officer when the police pull up, even if I call them, right? Yeah. So we basically have to prove our innocence upon arrival, and that's where it gets sticky because if I this is my residence and you won't leave, you start breaking stuff. Same thing with Tiger's situation. Sure, he didn't call for her. She pulled up to his house and came in knocking on the door. He got people in the house, and then he opens up the door trying to calm down the noise. And now you're in the house breaking stuff and fighting. As a man, what do? Like, you grab, everybody's like, you don't put your hands on women, but if you catching haymakers and
Shake the
rings
shit
and
out that bitch.
I mean,
I'm
even
sorry.
well, even with that, like I have a
I'm shaking.
problem with that. No, because no one knows what they'll do until you get hit in the face with a with a ring, and then having somebody.
I don't play that. I don't touch people's children for no reason whatsoever.
But every girl ain't built like that. Every woman's not built like that.
I don't know what's gonna make you snap.
Nobody
That
knows.
fifth poke.
That
could take
right
me
there,
out.
this right here, not even touching me, like gets some kind of what's that? And that's the thing. As a man, you have these scenarios where you don't want to ever have a situation where you have to defend yourself from a woman because it's a lose-lose proposition.
Lose-lose.
It's a lose-lose proposition. Then I've heard people say he was corny for calling the cops on a female.
Not if she won't get out his house.
And then this is another thing. I talked to a woman. A woman told me, "Well, he leave. Why don't you leave?" I'm like, it's my house.
It's my house. I've seen a lot of people say that maybe he should have left and cooled off, blah, blah, blah. We don't know what transpired prior to that video or what they've been going through for however long, 3 months since the baby or a year, whenever she got nutted in. I don't know, but I don't understand.
Well, speaking of that, I think that was the basis of the argument of one of it. Like, she got Plan B sent to the house, and he was like mad about that.
But whose fault is that really? Why you still fucking him if you know that he want to nut in you? Why are you having to send the Plan B? Just stop fucking him.
I mean, I would say that because that's obvious, but at the same time, it's always easier to make an assessment when we're not emotionally attached to a situation.
Matter of fact, why the fuck we sending it? Why not just pop the shit, bitch? Like, if you trying to make a statement, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know he don't give a shit. Like, you know this man.
Mm-hmm.
You know he don't give a shit. You want to make him give a shit. That's why this whole thing transpired. That's why you didn't leave. You want him to care. You want him to scream to the mountaintops, worlds, I love this bitch, when he don't. So you should have just took the fucking.
I mean, but that's the basis of a
Niggas love this
that's the
toxic
basic
shit,
of a
man.
toxic relationship, though. The thing about toxic
we
relationships
calling
is
this a relationship?
situationship, entanglement,
Okay.
or
I
whatever you
like
want to call
that
it.
better.
Situationship.
Shout out to Jada.
Entanglement.
Yeah.
It's a thing, but the thing is that's kind of like how these toxic situations happen. It's like one person is chasing the other person more, and then sometimes it teeter totters where okay, I'm done chasing, now I'm leaving, and it's like, oh no, I'm chasing you now. And that's the basis of a toxic relationship where no one really wants a person until they just don't want the other person to leave, and there's a difference in that. And that's toxic.
I know he sold her a little bit of a dream. I know she didn't come up with all of this on her own.
I mean, that's the basis of a toxic relationship, though.
I would give her that much.
You do enough to make a person want you, and then when you're done, or once you got what you came for, all right, I'm about to leave. No,
I
without
just
me.
wanted her to have some respect for herself and some dignity to protect herself and her child to be better prepared for this moment. Is it that she thought that it would never happen because she was her?
I don't know if we can speak to that because we don't know.
I just want to go. I want to know what's going on in her mind. If he had been mistreating her the entire pregnancy, like I assume I read somewhere, I don't know.
Or denying the baby the entire time. That's stressful within itself.
Point, I know it's stressful, but at that point, like, I don't know. I think that's just how I'm built. I'm in fight or flight. Like, okay, any moment, shit ain't finna be sweet no more. So I'm gonna have to do what I need to do and have shit set up for me and my child. Like, when did that happen? I mean, it didn't happen, but
yeah. So okay, let me go to another angle. So the other part, I've heard people criticizing him for going live. The only reason why I could ever, if I have to find a reason to defend something, the only angle I could find in defense of him was this: you had all these bad press situations where you put your hands on a woman before at a concert. You had the thing on stage with the LGBTQ community, and then you have a reputation in front of you because you're a public figure. There's more money to be lost. There's more bad PR to deal with. There's more shows to be, lost. And your whole
he just recovered from the other shit.
Barely.
Yeah, we're still on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know. Speaking of which, I didn't know the LGBTQ plus community had a CEO.
This is news to me.
Yeah, they came out. That was a story. They said they forgave him. I'm like, wait, y'all got a representative?
What do you do to get forgiven? But anyway.
It's the same thing with when the football player said the stuff about Jews, or I'm sorry, Nick Cannon said the stuff about Jews and stuff on his on Cannon's class.
Where the fuck is Nick Cannon? Never mind.
His therapist just told him he should stop having sex, and it was something deeper rooted with him having all these different mothers to his children.
But he said that when he left Mariah, he said he don't want to get married no more. He just want to be that nigga.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that without having all these kids. But anyway, that's something totally different.
Yeah,
But
okay.
going back to the baby. So my thing with that was go live. In case there's a story, get out in front of it. I'm trying to get her to leave. She won't leave. I'm not putting my hands on her. I need you. Sometimes you need to show a person undamaged, unmarked, unscathed, because crazier things have happened, and it won't be that easy to defend it as a man, especially with his track record. If something happens to her, she got a mark on her face, marks on her neck, even if somebody else put them there.
And she a yellow bone.
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to make it. I didn't want to make it colorist from my. This is different from coming from woman, coming from man. But that's the one thing I could defend about him going on live, getting in front of a story.
Okay.
Now, if you take away the celebrity, record it. Don't go live in case you need to prove it. You need the evidence later. That's the only thing I could say. Because when people see a hot mic camera in front of them, when they know they doing something wrong, or they need to defend it, or they might have to defend it, they'll switch. They'll code switch.
Yeah.
Or get some act right.
I hate that she inserted herself into his live. I hate that she went that route to show us.
Well,
baby, we already knew
I'ma
what
say
you're
something-
displaying to us
I'm
right
gonna say
now.
something
we don't
very
need to
problematic.
See it. Okay.
They sound toxic as shit, but
You think she thought she was Alicia Keys?
Oh my goodness. That bitch couldn't have thought that. No.
I mean, who doesn't think they can change somebody? Or their experience is going to be different from another person's scenario. And that was, I mean, granted, that's a marriage that was dissolving, and then you
That's
start.
like somebody saying they could change the future. It's just a known fact.
Wait, you
It's
talking
public-
about
it's
with baby
public
or not? Or
knowledge.
Swiss?
Huh?
You talking about baby or Swiss?
No, I'm talking about baby.
Baby, okay. You know, many women would try. There will be more.
There will be more.
Right. So
She
that-
didn't, to answer your question, no, she did not think she was Alicia Keys.
okay.
I
What-
do
what you
think that she thought that
Not
she was,
Alicia Keys as far
Oh,
as
no,
stature,
no.
but just
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ability to change them. It'll be different for me.
in a sense, yeah, she did think that she was better than the ones before her. Yes.
Okay. Any final thoughts on that before we move on?
No, I just pray for her, and I hope that she figures it out and get her mental right. And I pray for the entire situation.
All right. Jokes. I'm gonna come with the jokes now. We gonna pray for the baby because
Which one?
both of them. Sips tea. No, I'm talking about praying for the baby because I had a guest on not too long ago.
Like the rapper.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the reason, and I got a reason. I got a good reason, and this is the reason. I had a guest on a few months ago, and she was talking about seasonal depression. I have never heard of seasonal depression, but apparently it's a thing for people. And then when she broke it down a little bit more, like if certain people have experienced certain losses during certain holidays and certain
Yep.
times of year,
Yep.
then, this comes back around,
Yep.
and then the actual seasons change as well.
Yep.
That can influence some people if you if you used to being outside and all that stuff right
Mm-hmm.
there. I get that. Now my prayers go out to him because like. I feel like this is the season where side chicks feel the most pressure and become the most toxic. And this is right on schedule.
I feel like I know the answer, but why do you feel that this is?
Think about it. Okay, so single, we in Atlanta. This is the home, the residence of the side chick, the most well-kept side chicks and sugar babies, right?
Texas is up there, but yes, you're right.
That's because everybody moving from Cali and shit. And all my exes live in Texas. but I'm sorry, rap's got me sometime. But anyway, bars be spitting.
Like this motherfucker, don't miss.
All right, so in regards to sugar babies and side chicks, you have the situation where you have to come to grips that you're a side chick and you don't get relationship benefits, and no other season other than now is that more evident. Thanksgiving, New Year's, Christmas,
Okay.
and then Valentine's right around the corner. You want the privilege of the family, the matching pajamas, the family dinners. You want to meet the family. You want to kiss at.
Damn, she said she met him. He met her family or some shit like that.
Oh, I don't know about all that stuff, but I'm speaking of side chicks now as a whole, as a community, and we should be worried about them because now they go. Because what happens with side chicks when the when the sugar don't give the sugar that they want, they go home and stress their real ones out.
Oh my goodness.
And it make it hard for us. And y'all think we be tripping. It's the side chicks that be making us mad, bro. Like, for real. They come back like cause they can't be in the picture with the real family. You a side chick for a reason.
That brings around the question, like, I would, but I'm speaking for
Side chicks?
yeah.
Offended.
How would I know that I'm a side chick?
Oh, it's
prior
prior
to the season.
Prior to the season? Well,
if I'm literally living in your house and having your baby.
Well, it's certain
Not
men.
trying to go back to that, but
Yeah. It's certain men, it's certain women, is said. And then feelings, a baby will blur the line, and you think you got it better than the rest. If you know you in rotation, but you get a baby, you like, oh, the rest of them, he just messing with them. Mm-hmm. I got a baby. And then he got his thing with the wife because they established she was his first baby mama with him before he got, he started coming up, and everything started happening for him. That's where you like, oh, I respect that, but I got a baby now, so we equals. Girls have revenge babies or trying to compete babies,
which I think is
stupid. It's
but
stupid.
yes, they do.
Yeah,
it's a
so
thing.
yeah, so there's a side chick that does that, and then you have the scenario where guys just don't classify you as a side chick, and you think you get comfortable in this area because you get comfortable, and you think that, oh, this us, we doing us now. Nah, this is where we doing us when I'm here.
Yes.
And that's where it gets sideways. And then the other side of it, and this is more so towards the modern side chick.
Modern side chick.
The modern, because the old school side chick, they know their place.
That's true.
They know their place. The modern side chick want the benefits and the look of the relationship, and then also the sugar. Mm-hmm. The relationship is where headaches come from. That the side chick and the side dude don't give you headaches. The sugar, the reason why you a sugar baby is because I'm paying for the convenience of the coming and going. Mm-hmm. And that's basically don't give me any lip. You're my vacation away from my life. You're my escape. You're my fun person. Mm-hmm. I don't need to hear from you. Like all the money and all the stuff right there, that's for you to shut up and leave me alone. But that's also my membership card to get on the roller coaster as many times as I want. And then I think with a lot of times when people have that lifestyle as a thing and then they want a real relationship, they don't know how to operate in a real relationship because now you have to recalibrate your software. Mm-hmm. And men the same way. Like now, taking off women and being toxic in that sense, I'm bringing it back a little bit, on some real stuff. Men that have not been in committed relationships and they just been doing what they want, having their way, and basically being man thoughts as we traditionally know to be. Right. When you try to be faithful, it's hard to do it because you done smashed so many dudes, chicks. You done smashed all these people, and you got all these different energies flowing through your body, and now it's convoluted in what a relationship is, and you never had to do what relationship stuff is.
Oh. Please make that a clip.
Like this motherfucker.
Child,
don't miss.
He's spitting.
I be having my moments, you know what I'm saying? I be getting my bars off. But that's my take on it.
Child.
That's my take. Now, what did you learn this week?
That I need to get a sugar daddy just now.
Just now?
Just learned that.
You don't want that.
I don't want to get no sugar out. None whatsoever.
I had to catch myself because now, people talk to me, right? But on some journalistic integrity, I can't reveal my sources. But I've seen scenarios and heard scenarios where people have to give sugar out and got all the sugar they wanted. I'm talking about good, sweet. And then the other ones, like, they were willing to deal some sugar, but, homie couldn't collect.
I know.
And then you have to do other things. Mm-hmm. Strange. But we did that last week, which is that clip. Somebody hit me like, but did she do it, though?
Did I do it? What did I tell you?
Shit on the chest situation.
I know that, but I'm saying, did I tell you I did it or not?
No, you said no. Grab my back. You funny. Where my stuff at? Yeah.
I'm like, all right, hold up now.
And you said multiple dudes as
It was 2.
multiple dudes. That's multiple.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was 2.
That's 2 more in my book now, baby. Okay. All right. So what did I learn this week? Once again, I listen to people talk and they tell me things. And this is what I did not know. But it also lines up with the circle of life, right? You know, as children, I guess until what the age of 10, you say, I'm 7.5.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
I'm 8.5.
Uh-huh.
It's 9.5 to be exact. So apparently that retires at what, age 10, right?
Yeah. I never thought of that. Yeah.
I didn't think about it till this week.
Yeah,
Things I
you're
learned
right.
This week. So apparently when some old people, they I don't know when it starts, but they start adding the halves back to their age. And I got this from a person that deals with like Medicare patients and stuff like that. So they talk to old people on the phone about their benefits and things like that, right? So they're like, I'm 77.5 years old this year. And I'm like, when does that start? But it lines up with the circle of life.
You know, I can't remember the clip, but yeah, okay. Yeah, I've seen that.
And that's kind of funny, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
I know. And now
you're right.
Now I want to do research on the internet and try to find out what age is appropriate to start adding half back to your age. Because that's funny.
I don't know, but let me know. That's very valid. You're absolutely right.
Second thing I learned this week is not necessarily I learned, is more so I identified it. Now, tell me if I'm wrong. Don't punch me. Don't delete me.
Mm.
You already know the end.
We want to beat your ass.
I came to the conclusion earlier this week that men treat their bodies, we treat our bodies the way women treat y'all check engine lights.
100% correct.
Okay.
Not me though, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, okay. Because what made me think about that is, you know how you ever like jump into a random conversation, somebody started talking about like you ever get on WebMD and then you like, I came here for a runny nose and now they talking about my ankle about to get decapitated.
Yeah.
Or amputated, right? I'm decapitated. I'm not drinking this week. I'm
That
sober.
too.
I'm just country. Yeah. It's part of my charm, if there is one. Yeah. All right. So men, we treat our bodies like women treat their check engine light, in the sense of
Y'all do, bro.
I randomly got into a conversation about meningitis, and I'm like, what are the symptoms and stuff like that, and it's just like random conversation, you know, talking about weird things on the internet, right? Mm-hmm. And she told me, she's like, yeah, you know, if you don't diagnose it properly, you know, within 48 hours, you dead. I'm like, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Most men out of here, because what if most men do this, right? Most working class men and stuff like that actually go to an office or go to a job. If it's serious enough for us to miss work, that's one thing. Now, if it's like day 2, I'm gonna stay home. Last thing we gonna go is go to the hospital.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the last thing we do. So you talking about a 48-hour turnaround? That's where it's like, dearly beloved,
Right.
And that's where it's like, oh man,
it's above me now.
No, that was a universal thing.
yeah, it's men. We do that.
But yes, y'all do. I didn't know all y'all did it, but
I think it's just the same thing with women in their check engine lights. There's levels to it.
I don't even know what my check engine light look like in my Jeep, but I agree.
So
I always see the jokes about the oil change and the brakes and stuff.
Yeah.
Y'all, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I mean, we got, there's jokes on both sides to be had, but it's a good time. For me personally, I'm a bit of a hypochondriac
Really?
at times, not all the time though. It's certain things like if you can notice if there's a noticeable injury or something like that, okay, that's different versus I'm a prisoner of my own mind because I'm thinking something's gonna happen. Or what early on when we didn't know what COVID was, we didn't know it's still brand new. So when somebody had a hard cough, you're
Trying to hold the cough in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a thing. It's a thing. That's that's what it is. All right. So we're gonna switch up a little bit now. Now, we've been talking about relationships with the baby, like entanglement, situationship, and how you look at it, whatever. Now let's talk about PDA. Do you have any rules about PDA? Oh, off rip, whole face. So why does PDA make you gassy?
It's changing. Like prior to like the last maybe 2 years, we can hold hands. Maybe not for a long time. I don't want my hands sweating and shit. I do not want to kiss you in public, like the tonguing and the baby. No, it's clear that.
How do you feel about pet names?
I hate pet names. I think we talked about it from anyone.
Yeah.
From anyone.
No. It's different when it's a honey, sweetie, or bae, all that stuff. It's different.
I don't like it.
Okay.
My name is Delicia. I'll answer to Delicia even, but don't be no. Ew. I'm starting to accept it now. So like, if I got
you ever given out the pet names?
Yeah.
Okay.
All the time. Nobody's name is their name.
That kind of is a hallmark calling card of most relationships, though. I didn't know that to be a thing. It just kind of, for me, it's kind of like when it's not a parallel, but when my exes, her daughter started calling me daddy. I never coached her to call me daddy, or no one I know of told her to call me daddy. It just happened one day, and it's kind of happens the same when I think back to my prior relationships. My name was Joseph until it was, babe. It's me now. I'm the captain now.
But I will say, like, if you do give me a name, and I've accepted it, you can't switch back and forth. So if you're gonna call me bae, you need to keep calling me bae. Because if you call me by my name once you introduce bae, what's the problem? What did I do? Why are we beefing? Why don't you love me anymore?
What the fuck was that?
Random. Did the mom call you baby as well? I mean, daddy as well.
No, I've never had a girlfriend to call me daddy except during sex.
That is so uncomfortable for me.
What, calling daddy?
Yes,
I don't regret.
yes, daddy.
That's not a thing for me. It's
You're not my dad.
When you, if you do it in that baby like voice, that's just cringy to me. But it's
so yes, daddy, like that. Like
yeah,
what
daddy,
you?
Yeah, daddy, like
Ew.
you do. No, don't base it up either. It's I don't know. It's
But
nuance. It's nuance. Yes, yeah, you got a tone
I got
too.
a little too.
Yeah. But when you having the
dude.
No, it's not even that, because she would say it jokingly here and there, but it wasn't like. It's not a thing for me. It's not a thing for me.
If a dude asked me to call him daddy during sex, I would throw up in my mouth.
I didn't ask for it then. It just kind of happened. But there's also a thing with that too, where it's like people have these preconceived notions in which they think you want something that someone else wanted, and that's another conversation within itself.
I'm doing turn right. You like it? Oh.
But he liked it when I used to. That's why I hit the hospital on a couple of people. I'm like, no,
don't do that one.
Yeah.
No.
I want you to spank me again.
But no, have you ever had that request?
Coughing on your shit? Huh?
I'm sorry.
Never mind. What request? Somebody did ask me to cough in their mouth.
What?
And fart. But
I think we found another clip. Why are they coughing in their mouth though?
I don't fucking know, bro.
They also probably sound like a person that wants you to spit in their mouth later.
Yes. They did like that.
It's
too.
the gateway. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How do you find out you like that?
Maybe it was.
It was like this. It was a Sam's Club sample.
Let me see.
It's a Sam's Club sample type thing.
I was like,
I have a man ask tell you to call him daddy. You got so much debauchery in your.
Yeah.
She like.
Go ahead.
They have. Someone has asked me to call him daddy before.
You obliged?
Yes, and I felt so fucking stupid.
How long before the stupid felt that kicked in?
Immediately, like before. Stupid ass daddy. Say it again. Oh. Daddy. Oh, it's the dumbest shit ever. I don't understand. Like, you're not my dad.
Yeah.
You're not my father. You don't even have fucking kids. What are we doing here? Why am I here? Oh, meat.
Well, I had a person tell me, I told my friend this, and it kind of checks out. There's usually like a person that has some sort of deficiency or Oedipus complex with their parent. I think that kind of starts, and I think he kind of
He
permeates.
loved his father. He loves his father.
No, it's more like he wanted. Not even saying he had an Oedipus complex himself. The guy I'm talking about more so usually with women that call because that's more prevalent.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Or lack of a father. So
I
that
just met
part
my
of that.
daddy. I ain't included in that number.
Yeah.
I only
So-
call that nigga daddy. Fuck, I'm calling you that anyway.
Reginald.
And is. Do you like PDA?
I won't say I like it. It's just if we doing us, we doing us. But at the same time, I'm not the over the top grotesque like, oh look at us, we're so in love. But if it's like, no, I've never
say that.
I've never been that person. Now I have had moments where like because I sometimes I do forget people are in the room. And I might like if we got a little inside joke or something, I might lean over and say something to you. And while I'm there, I might like nibble at your neck or ear something a little bit.
Me?
What happened?
I said, oh, excuse me. Protect your neck, ladies. Protect your neck.
Stupid. I've done that, but it's not something I've ever done for public. I've never done anything for public action or reaction.
I don't. Well, yeah, some people do it for public reaction.
And
I'm
that's
saying in
that,
general.
yeah. So I have been guilty of it at times.
Guilty of what exactly?
PDA.
What were you doing?
Like I kissed my girl on the neck before. A little kiss, a little peck. That's
The
nothing.
most I do if we're about to separate. Oh, see you later. But just for the
Yeah,
fuck
that
of
little,
it?
the
No.
little, the little peck. That's nothing. But I'm talking about like, I guess when we talking about PDA, we talking about the full on. When you got company around, or you're doing it in front of an audience for a reaction. Because some people, that's a fetish for some people.
Mm-hmm.
That's not one of mine, but I've never done that. And then you have some guys like say we at a bar, or we at a spot. I go talk to a waiter or waitress or something. I leave, and then as soon as I leave, I come back. Some dudes trying to push up on you. I come back up, slap you on the ass, like, yeah, that's me.
I'll accept it then.
That's a little different because it's like dog peeing on a tree. But I never necessarily had to deal with that.
Me, huh?
I never, don't pee on me. Let's leave that last week. Anyway.
What? Let's be clear. Hold on. There was no pissing of anyone last week.
Yes. I don't do that. But so that's metaphorical. It's metaphorical pee. Metaphorical pee.
It's not real pee, people. It's artificial pee.
Right. Lost my train. Oh, I've never had to do that with my woman. If anything, a lot of women that I've been with, they've been kind of standoffish. And the one time a person she wasn't for me to begin with anyway.
To begin with, shit. Okay.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, you ever heard the saying where you can't make a person cheat, they choose to?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you weren't for me, you weren't for me.
Mm.
You just, we just a thing until it's not a thing anymore.
That's crazy. I had this conversation recently.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
How they end up?
Not like,
Did the table get thrown? You flip something off the table?
no.
And then I told that.
And then that was that. Period.
I thought we agreed to, just.
I know we agreed to retire.
It's above me now.
But I had to for theatrics.
I'll sustain it.
purposes.
I'll sustain it. No.
Thank you.
All right, so verdict on PDA. Don't do it, but certain moments it's accepted. Hand holding, that's different. I'm from the South. I'm an affectionate man.
I like pinky holding. I don't want to hold your entire hand. The sweat and my rings clenching.
No.
Like, I don't want to do
Okay, no, it's different if you got
Oh
jewelry
no,
on.
my favorite thing. I lied.
Go ahead.
My favorite thing is like I want to grab your pinky with my entire hand. So I do
I've had.
like if we're walking, I do that.
But see, now that sounds like now I don't know because the pinky is the most vulnerable hand on the finger.
I'm not gonna hurt it.
No, it's not even that. Just I've had.
I might do that.
That's cute.
Don't fucking touch me.
I touch you. You don't touch me.
Period.
You one of those. What's I about to say?
I am one of those.
I dislocated my fingers a lot playing football, so that's where that little thing comes from.
So you can dislocate your finger for football, but not for me.
That is a very woman statement. If I've ever heard a woman statement before,
The nerve.
the gall, the gall. We've been on TikTok too much, bro. It's Motherfuckers don't miss, bro. They got a good recipe.
They don't miss.
They don't miss, boy. That was funny. So as far as PDA, like I'm a very affectionate person in general. So it's kind of like okay, the majority of my relationships, like we would like most people get a booth or something at a restaurant. What I've noticed a lot of times, my women have always liked to sit right next to me.
I like to sit across. I don't want to be up under you.
So I'm not opposed to it. I'm just kind of I don't force it. It just kind of happens that way.
What, them sit next to you?
But it's like that all the time. Like if we every time we sit on the couch, every time we go somewhere, like they, my friend said last week, she's a cat. That's what like how they like just like come snuggle underneath you.
Okay.
Yeah, my girlfriends have a tendency to turn into cats. And I'm not opposed to it.
I'll do it like at home or something, but I'm not gonna do it out.
Yeah, and I'm just never
totally different.
So what you said about like if you going back and forth between the names or a pet name and then real name or something like that,
Yeah.
that's kind of how it was established with the personal contact.
Okay.
It's like
Okay.
yeah, and so I remember what you just said. You can't dislocate your finger, but for me, but you can do it for football. Like you gonna do it for men?
Right. Like you got something to say?
You too good at this putting on a roll. I actually feel indicted. Like made my forehead sweat a little, got a little misty. But yeah. So I lost my train of thought. That's how women get you. Boy. That's why men die before women. Y'all run blood pressure up. Be in peace with y'all baths, like bubble baths. I've been watching Big Mouth.
Bubble bath.
That's one of my guilty pleasures.
I love that bit.
I love that show. Bubble bath. I'm so childish, bro. I'm sorry. I'm so childish. All right, so I got in trouble for
Not you got in trouble.
nah, because it's turning like she was really, really upset. Like she thought we were about to break up upset. And I'm like, why? We had something we disagreed on and I was angry, but I didn't. You know how people do something in retaliation? I didn't do it in retaliation. I just like when I'm getting mad, like most men, I don't want to touch you. Like don't touch me.
Oh yeah, y'all do that.
Yeah, but that make y'all. That's when y'all turn like cats for real. That's when y'all real cat.
Yes.
Like you
I
mad
thought
at
that
me?
was only
You mad at me? Yo, you mad about
Oh, good thing I'm not crazy. No, y'all do not want to be touched when y'all upset, like for the most part. But we want to be under you. Like if we just argue, I want to be under you. I want you to be under me. We need to like.
That's why I turned to you, wig snatcher.
Please help me.
But it was something real subtle. You know when you're driving, I'm the hand on the thigh, my woman's thigh, right? Mm-hmm. We got into a beef that morning. She was on my nerves. She messed up my sleep that night. I'm late for work. If anybody messed up my sleep, my peace, like that's one and the same for me. So she had messed up my sleep. We beefing. I gotta drop her off at work, and then I gotta go back to the other side of town. I gotta drive to Midtown, then come back to like Norcross, and then you woke me up out my sleep to argue.
Oh,
and think I'm gonna hold your thigh on the car ride.
Okay, so yeah,
I might not. I was thinking about not parking them when it's time for you to get out. Like I slow down to 5 miles per hour.
Oh, you didn't say all that. Okay, so
I was thinking it.
I understand.
But she felt all that because I didn't put my hand on her thigh like I normally would on a drive-in. And then y'all stew too. She came. She gave me all that like that night. I dropped you off at like 8 this morning. You've been stewing for an entirety of a shift because I didn't put my hand on her thigh.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
like,
real.
why are you calling me by my first name and not my pet name? Like, all of that is in the same.
I don't understand. Anyway, that's my.
But I
PDA,
understand
so.
why you did what you did. But still, if I were her, I would still be upset.
Yeah, because women defend women, and y'all toxic.
I was literally saying if I was in her shoes, I'm not even defending her. If I literally was her, like if it was me, you gonna touch my thigh. I'm gonna ranch over there and get your arm and throw it on that thigh, and you gonna enjoy it. You don't gotta talk to me, but something better. Your pinky better touch my leg.
Yeah.
Something.
Fair enough.
Cause why we beefing now? Why you don't like me no more? Why we not friends? Where did the love go?
Where did the love go? Well, speaking of love, so I think we talked about the reclassification of the ability to reclassify yourself, your sex, or take it to an X on your driver license now.
Yeah.
All right.
That shit's already in motion.
I think in some states, but I have to fact check that. Don't quote me on that. Now, with the new information that we seem to be getting in every walk of life, a person saying no to something, they like to throw a label and say you're phobic, you're this phobic, and whatever the movement is. So, would you be considered phobic, or do you think we're going to be labeled phobic if, say, you're dating somebody, you feeling them, and then you just happen to come across his license and he says his name is his name, but his gender is X, and you like, nah, I ain't doing this, because now you gotta have a real conversation, because medically. Science is getting better. So there will be a time where you don't know what a person is because they started hormone treatment, middle school and stuff like that. And, the science is there. I mean, just think about the evolution of plastic surgery. It started out to help soldiers recover from war wounds. So now it's all vanity. Now it's gender reassignment. So that kind of begs and turns that into question now, right? Mm-hmm. So do you think we'll be considered phobic? It's a fine line.
I'm still thinking of my answer.
What say you?
It's not that simple.
Hi, Mike. Highlights. Forehead got. That's what pressure. That's what pressure feel like with hands in your face like this. What say you? Why is it moving? I feel attacked.
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know?
I would. Okay, to answer your question, I would be considered phobic, whatever that is. I would if I had some type of disagreement with it.
Justifiably, you think it's in? And that's another question. In that kind of, huh?
What's the question?
Would you think it'd be justified if someone to label, if someone were, or a group of people were to label you phobic because you don't want to deal with a person with marked X?
Yes.
You think it's justified?
I don't think it's justified. No, that's the question? No.
Okay, so you can see them saying you're phobic, but you don't think it's justified.
Yes.
Okay, I'm glad we ran there, because that kind of makes me go back. Now, I don't want to keep going back to the Dave Chappelle things and trans community, but it's not just about Dave in the trans community. I think it's people outside of the trans community, and I think we have this thing, well, what makes sense to us versus what we don't know, and then what we feel like is being forced upon us. And and that runs so many different parallels with even with white people trying to relate to black people and men trying to relate to women, vice versa. It's how we perceive things, how people want us to perceive things, and then all the stuff in between where we don't know. And that's where it kind of gets into those sticky situations, right? So now went on a little tangent, but do you think there's a happy medium or a space where education meets the ignorance and we can actually accept things like that without having to throw these inflammatory labels on people?
I think it is. I don't think we'll see it in our lifetime, but yeah.
Think so? You don't think so?
Not the majority of people.
Are we going to be old enough we putting hats on our numbers now?
Huh?
77 and a half years old.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I feel like we're headed in the right direction, and it's a possibility that we can all where education meets ignorance or whatever you said.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we're getting there, but like the majority of people, until these boomers die off, no disrespect.
You sound like Elon Musk. Still alive?
And the people
that's wild, yo.
And even my
parents. Picture pulling up to Thanksgiving. I'm like, damn, Greg, you still alive?
Yep, maybe some in half.
You don't think? How do you think Bernie Sanders felt when he saw that?
Man, Bernie, my dog, like he probably well, I'm just used to. I don't know why I changed my voice. I'm used to them.
No, because I feel like Bernie's like he's like Grandpa Seinfeld.
Yeah, I feel like he's just like, okay, whatever, they talking shit. I know.
No, I think he's still alive. I'm still alive. What kind of question is that? Who asked the person if I'm still alive? Now I feel like a Seinfeld bit that comes with that, but that's
I can see that.
the accent. Like you can't hear it, like it's the evolution of old Seinfeld now.
But for real though, he is still alive, right? Like how old is he?
I don't know. Maybe Google will say 89 and a half years old, but we'll see.
That's fucking wild.
I don't know. I mean,
Cheeto's old as shit. I didn't know he was that old.
Who?
Cheeto. Your last president.
See, I hate when I'm trying to be serious and you hit me with something that I was not prepared to hold laughing for. I feel like that.
Old, bro.
No, I feel like
I feel
like I'm in church when everybody else got in trouble for laughing. Then you get that iron the grandfather the all mother threat. The next person to laugh gonna get and then you just like I'm cool. Look over.
Yeah. I'm not gonna get in trouble.
It's cool. He got the Holy Ghost, y'all.
I'm not gonna get in
Got the
trouble.
holy hands.
I'm gonna be straight.
I keep my